Hi there, Mr. Mayo here with another practice tip. This one's pretty simple, but it's often overlooked. It's learning all of the details in the music. When we first learn about music, we often learn things one concept at a time. This usually involves some form of rhythm or some form of music notation, and then we work on melding the two together. After we put in some rehearsal and practice, we usually get comfortable with rhythm and pitch, and we start to learn about things like dynamics, articulation, tempos, nuance, tone, color, intonation, and other characteristics that will enhance our music performance. Early on, we still tend to have that primary focus on just rhythm and pitch, but once we have a grasp of rhythm and pitch, we really need to focus on those other concepts and make sure we're learning them as we learn the music. So we need to take the time when first learning a piece to practice and incorporate everything. Yes, this takes time, and yes, it may cause us to slow down when we're learning music on the earlier side, but it can be so beneficial later on. For numerous years, I've witnessed students and other musicians in performances and auditions get nervous. And what happens when we get nervous is we usually resort back to our fundamental learning of a passage or a piece of music. For some of us, we go into automatic pilot, and that's when we start to not include all of the characteristics. We really resort just to the notes and rhythms and the very minimal details of our musicality, articulation, intonation, nuance, and so on. But when we set our default learning to include all of the details, what usually happens is we have great detail in our performances even when we're nervous. Most professional musicians use this strategy when they're learning their music, so we need to practice like the professionals do it. The key is including all the details at a tempo where we can make things achievable. Take things slow and include all of the details. Learn it correct the first time and don't speed up until we have the passage learned or the piece learned well. Then work on gradually speeding things up. If we're making mistakes, it likely means we need to slow things back down. We need to be detailed in our approach and with the details of the music, and how we practice needs to be detailed. If we truly know the music, we know that it's more than just the notes and the rhythms. It's in the details that makes performances exceptional. That's it for this practice tip. Feel free to subscribe for future videos, do work, and go practice.